go again, 511, class 511, and I want to continue with Inés Garcia. You can see her here walking along the left bank of the Seine River with her fiancé, Francois. They're engaged. They're engaged to get married. They're engaged to get married. And today we'll talk about the future wedding. But I want to go back and review a little bit from yesterday, from the beginning. Inés Garcia has been working now, que ya está en Peugeot, trabajando y viviendo en París. Inés Garcia has been working now in the legal department of Peugeot for 7 months. 7 months. She lives with Francois. She lives with Francois in a small apartment in the Latin Quarter, Barrio Latino, Latin Quarter, Quartier, Quarter. In the Latin Quarter on the left bank of the Seine River. Shortly before going to Paris, poco tiempo antes, cortamente otra vez, shortly before going to Paris, she took a 3-week crash course. She took a 3-week crash course in French. Once she started working in the Peugeot headquarters in Paris, it took her about 2 months to feel she could handle the language without any trouble, without too much trouble. Right now, she is the assistant to the dealer contract manager or supervisor. She's the assistant to, ayudante a, adjunta al, supervisor de contratos para concesionarios. Right now, she's the assistant to the dealer contract manager. Her job, my job, no, her job. Her job is to prepare contracts for new Peugeot dealerships, concesiones, entidades, or advise the sales and credit departments on fine points concerning current dealer contracts. The most common problem, aquí lo de ayer, the most common problem that comes up, el problema más común que aparece o que surge, the most common problem that arises is when some of the Peugeot dealers who operate in rural areas agree to take a tractor as a trade-in on a new car or used car. Okay, otra vez. Here we go again. All right. Okay. This is a new car. This is a car, a Peugeot. It's a very nice car. All right. And this is an old car of a person in France who lives in the country. This person lives in the country, vive en el campo. All right, not in the city. And he comes to the dealership because he wants to buy a new car. All right. The car costs 30,000 euros. Okay. But he wants to trade in this car. It doesn't behave very well. No se me escapes. No te me escapes, right? Okay. All right. He wants to trade in this car for this one. And so he negotiates or bargains with the used car manager, otro departamento, coches usados, coches de ocasión, vehículos de ocasión, this is what it is here in Spain, used cars. And they negotiate. First, this man says 7,000. He says, no, 7,000, no, 10,000. 7,500. 9,000. 8,000. It's a deal. It's a deal. All right? And so the company, Peugeot, the dealership, takes the used car and reduces the price of the new car by 8,000. So the new car is 22,000. This car is called a trade-in. Trade, como dije ayer, trade is comercio. Trade también es un oficio. My trade is English, teaching. But trade is también un trueque, donde no hay dinero. Simplemente, I will give you this pencil if you give me that microphone. We'll trade. De ahí viene el origen de la palabra trade como comercio, porque era trueque. Okay. So, but a trade-in es un coche entregado como parte del pago de un coche nuevo, un coche usado. That's a trade-in. Trade-in. All right, you could with a car, no problem. But many of the farmers, los agricultores in France, van con su tractor, an old tractor. Said, 5,000 euros for the tractor. Said, we don't need a tractor. However, the dealer, el dueño de la concesión, el concesionario, the dealer knows many farmers, because it's a rural area. Rural, mucha R en inglés aquí, rural. It's a rural area. And so the dealer and the employees, the personnel in the dealership, they know many, many farmers. It's not a problem. They can find another farmer who will buy the used tractor. So it's really no problem. Said, trade in for a tractor? Okay, 6,000 euros, 24,000. And they take the tractor instead. Do you understand now? But that's against the rules, that's against the policy of the company. The policy, la política, the policy of Peugeot is for a trade-in, it can only be cars. However, it's a problem because many dealers, especially in the south of France, sur de Francia, which is very rural, say, my God, if we don't take tractors, we will lose sales. They will go to another dealership of another car company, another make, otra marca, another brand. And they take their tractor and they say, come on. And so this is a problem. There's a tira y floja, there's there's an important disagreement between many dealers and Peugeot. All right, in this case, and Inés is involved in this. All right. The most common problem that arises is when some of the Peugeot dealers who operate in rural areas agree to take a tractor as a trade-in on a new or used car. Cuando se ponen de acuerdo en aceptar, when they agree, cuando se ponen de acuerdo, when they agree con el cliente, when they agree to take a tractor as a trade-in on a new or used car. This is specifically prohibited in the contract, but some dealers, especially those in southern France, in northern France, no, in southern France, yeah, especially in southern France, will take a tractor as a trade-in if they know they have a buyer for it. Sé que tengo un comprador al lado. Lo compraré. Why not? Don't say anything. And they'll do it. If they know they have a buyer, if the dealer knows they have a buyer for the tractor, they'll take the tractor as a trade-in for the car. This way, they make a car sale. Yeah. They sell the car. And they sell the tractor. All right. Two transactions successful. No problem. Well, what's the problem? ¿Qué más da? What difference does it make? A car, a tractor, what difference does it make? Yeah. Why not? All right. Tiene razón, I think, in my opinion. All right. But it's specifically prohibited in the dealer contract. But some dealers, especially sobre todo aquellos que están en el sur de Francia, especially those in southern France, will take a tractor as a trade-in if they know they have a buyer for it. for the tractor. This way, they make a car sale, hacen una venta de coche. This way, they make a car sale as well as a small profit, pequeño beneficio, on a tractor sale. Yeah. They take the tractor for 6,000 euros and sell it for 8,000 euros. 2,000 euros, okay. Menos de una piedra, right? Okay. So that's a good business. The Peugeot credit department has an ongoing problem with these dealers about this question. All right, the credit department. The sales department, no. The Peugeot credit, because the credit department is really the policeman. El policía malo es el departamento de crédito. All right. The credit department, donde estoy? The Peugeot credit department has an ongoing problem. Ongoing means continuous, ongoing, que no para. An ongoing problem with these dealers about this question. And Inés, la pobre Inés, nueva ahí, always has to attend the meetings on behalf of the legal department. All right. And Inés always has to attend the meetings on behalf of. On behalf, what? Estos polvos que me pones. Okay, on behalf of the legal department. On behalf of, en representación de. On behalf of the legal department. So Inés has to attend these meetings on behalf of the legal department. Deep down, profundo abajo, deep down. Yeah, deep down. What's deep down? En el fondo, ella está de acuerdo con los concesionarios. Yeah, deep down, she agrees with the dealers who state that if they didn't take the tractors as trade-ins, they would probably lose between 5 and 10% of their sales. Yeah, they say, they say, if we don't take the tractors, a lot of farmers come, granjeros, agricultores, a lot of farmers come to buy cars because 70% of the population in our territory is rural, agricultural. And they come here. They want to buy a car. And they have 3 tractors. One tractor is an old tractor, and they bring it and say, will you take the tractor? And if we say no, we will lose the sale. They'll go to another dealer. So they state, afirman. So let's see. Deep down, Inés agrees with the dealers who state, que afirman ellos, estos concesionarios, that if they didn't take, si no tomasen, if they didn't take tractors as trade-ins, they would probably lose between 5 and 10% of their sales. Inés doesn't see why it should matter. Why does it matter? What difference does it make? Inés doesn't see why. No ve por qué debería importar. She doesn't see why it should matter. But her boss, the contract supervisor, but her boss is a person who never questions the rules. Cuestionar is to question. But her boss is a person who never questions, hay una errata aquí, who never questions the rules. All right, but her boss is a person, let me see if the errata is here. But her boss is a person, all right, who never, está bien, aquí dice who never, aquí dice never who, invertidos. But her boss is a person who never questions the rules, all right. Okay. Me, yes, I question the rules. All right. All right, someday, however, algún día, however, if she moves up, Inés, if she moves up in the organization, she will try to change this rule. Bueno, ya ambiciona, ya está ambicionando. Yeah, I'll change that rule someday if I move up in the organization. She often feels sorry for some of the rural dealers. Ay, qué pena, siento pena por los concesionarios que siempre les echan la bronca en esto y no se sienten cohibidos. Ya, espera, a ver lo que dice el otro. She often feels sorry for some of the rural dealers, but her boss reminds her that they earn 30 times more than she does. Oye, chica, siento toda la pena que quieras, pero ganan 30 veces más que tú, de momento. All right. Yeah. Pobres no son. They're not poor. So she often, Inés often feels sorry for. Sentir lástima o pena is to feel sorry for. So she often feels sorry for the dealers, right? For the dealers, no? She often feels sorry for some of the rural dealers. But her boss reminds her, no olvides, don't forget, her boss reminds her that they earn 30 times more than she does. Despite this little problem, a pesar de, no era, despite era a pesar de, no, yeah. Despite this little problem, Inés is very happy in her job and in Paris. Con la lluvia que hay en París. It always rains in Paris. All right, despite this little problem, Inés is very happy in her job and in Paris. Bueno, because she's with François. Yes. Es como la canción, Amo París. En el verano y en el invierno, in spring. And I love Paris. You must sing it with a French accent. Do you know the song? You don't know the song. A ver, let me say, I love Paris in the springtime. Springtime is la primavera. Fall, la caída de la hoja, is el otoño, autumn. I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris every moment. Empecé muy alto. Every moment of the year. I love Paris. Why, oh why do I love Paris? Because my love is there. Porque ahí está mi amor. He says, I love Paris in the winter. Amo París en el invierno cuando llovizna. And I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles, cuando chisporrotea. You know, with a steak, sometimes in the kitchen, in the restaurant, they bring a steak, it's sizzling. I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. Why? Because my love is there. And similar, I guess it's a similar situation with Inés. Despite this little problem, Inés is very happy in her job and in Paris. She and Francois are making plans to get married next September. Okay, September próximo. Okay, all right. The date is only 4 months away. Okay, so la fecha solo está a 4 meses de distancia en tiempo. Por eso digo away. The date, la fecha para la boda, the date is only 4 months away. And she's already starting to feel nervous about the preparations. Did you get nervous about the preparations for your wedding? A little bit, yeah. She got, yeah. Your husband is from Madrid, right? Yeah. Sevillano con madrileño. Okay, eso es sevillano con parisino. All right. The date is only 4 months away, and she's already starting to feel nervous about the preparations. The wedding will be held, sostenido, pero sí celebrada. La boda será. To hold a meeting es es mantener una reunión. To hold también es sujetar o sostener un objeto, to hold, pero también es celebrar un evento. to hold an event. The wedding, voz pasiva, the wedding will be held in the cathedral in Seville. Did you get married in the cathedral? Nope. Ah, all right. Me neither. All right. The wedding will be held in the cathedral in Seville. At least 70 friends and relatives, amigos y parientes, at least, al menos, at least 70 friends and relatives of Francoise will go down for the event to Seville. She expects, Inés expects, around 300 people from Seville to be there too. Wow. That's a lot of money. That's 370 people. Can you imagine? How many? So did you have 370 people in your wedding? No? In my wedding, there were 18 people. My parents and the immediate family of my wife here. So, because it's a long way from the United States for people to come. So we kept the wedding simple and small. All right, but in this case, no. Por todo lo alto. Tira la casa por la ventana, no? The wedding will be held in the cathedral. Fíjate en la pronunciación de catedral. Catedral en inglés, pero TH en medio, como un ceceo en español. Cathedral, April, pencil, cathedral. All right, hay un lápiz en la catedral. There's a pencil in the cathedral. All right, so the wedding will be held in the cathedral in Seville. At least 70 friends and relatives of Francoise will go down. O sea, irán a Sevilla. O sea, bajarán a Sevilla desde París, norte hacia sur. Will go down to for the event. She, Inés, expects around 300 people from Seville to be there too, to be present in the wedding. After the wedding, she and Francois will have 3 weeks off for their honeymoon. Honeymoon, miel luna, luna de miel. Viaje novio se suele decir. In English, honeymoon, honeymoon, honeymoon. After the wedding, she and Francois will have 3 weeks off. Tendrán 3 semanas libres for their honeymoon. They've already made reservations. Wow. 4 months. They've already made reservations to spend the time in Thailand and in Bali. Thailandia y Bali. Cuidado con los tsunamis, eh? Be careful with the tsunamis, okay? Not bad. So, it seems that that's the end of the story. Inés and Francois are going to get married. And they're going to get married in the cathedral in Seville. 300 people from Seville or from Andalusia are going to attend the wedding, and about 70 people from Paris. So it's going to be a very big wedding. A very expensive wedding for the father, for Inés's papa, for Inés's father, my God. It's going to break the bank. Wow. And then they're going to fly from Seville to Madrid, and from Madrid to Bangkok to the coast of Thailand. And then from Thailand, they're going back to Bangkok, and they'll fly to Bali in Indonesia. And they'll spend maybe a week. Not bad, 3 weeks, eh? It's not bad. Are you going to Thailand? Did you go to Thailand and Bali for your honeymoon? No? No? I went to Madeira for my honeymoon. Yeah, to Machico, a little town. Funchal, Machico. It's a little town. Very nice in Madeira for my honeymoon. But I only took 1 week off, 7 days. I only took 1 week off. I was very busy working. My honeymoon was 1 week, which is enough. They have 3 weeks. Wow, not bad, eh? Not bad. All right. When they come back, will they be happy, you think? Yeah. Y comerán perdices, ¿no? They'll leave. Vivirán felices y comerán perdices estos. How do you say? Tortolitos? Yeah, these love birds. We say love birds. Yeah, lovey-dovey, lovebirds, I think they will be happy. They will live happily ever after. La expresión en los cuentos de hadas, equivalente. Vivieron felices y comieron felices. We say, and they lived, y vivieron felizmente, ever after. Siempre después. Ever means siempre, ever after. And they'll come back from Bali and from Thailand, and they will live happily ever after. Congratulations, Ines. Congratulations, Francois. I wish you the best. I wish you the best. And I'm sure that Francois will move up in the chemical company where he works. And I'm sure that Ines, she's a very intelligent young lady, that she will move up in Peugeot, in PSA, and become a very important person in the organization in the future. All right. I'll see you in the next class.